Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, how to create real relationships on LinkedIn using the PVC method. I'm Mitch Woolley, president of HSMEI Los Angeles, and we're really glad you're here. This is a great program today. We're going to start 2022 off with a bang, give you some real life skills, how you can build relationships and how you connect more personally on LinkedIn, and hopefully build your business a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you. Welcome again. So I'm Mitch Woolley, again, president of HSMEI Los Angeles, also founder and CEO of eMarketing Associates. It's really my pleasure to be able to introduce our speaker today. But prior to that, I'd like to introduce our HSMEI Los Angeles Board of Directors. They're helping through putting programs together, helping out with membership, and helping make more hospitality more meaningful to everybody and all of our supporters, and we thank them for that. Libby Zarahi, who's our VP of Programs and Education, so he's having some technical difficulties getting onto the call today. Jennifer Pochedley, who's our VP of Membership, David Barnett, who's VP of Finance, and Craig Caberner, who is VP of Social Media, Levon Miner, who is VP of Sponsorships. Levon, hey Levon, she's on the call. And Vaughn Davis, newest member, he's VP of Hospitality Innovation, and Sandra Martinez, our Managing Director. Hey, Sandra. Today's moderator is Libby, but Libby is having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to go ahead and take over. Again, today's webinar is how to create real relationships on LinkedIn. And just a couple of reminders and housekeeping items: mute your audio unless you're actually speaking. That'd be great. And if you've got any background noise or you think there will be background noise, for example, leaf blowers or something like that, make sure you mute so we don't hear that background music. And if you've got any questions, please put them in the chat box. So our presenter today is going to be asking questions throughout the presentation, and she's going to be asking you to put responses or answers to those questions inside the chat box. We'll both be monitoring that. So let's kind of move on here. There's a lot of HSMEI resources available if you are not aware of that. There's career development, HSMEI's University Online Education Program. There are 4 certifications, which are CRME, CHDM, CHBA, and CRMA. That's a mouthful. There's also some global coronavirus recovery resources at hsmei.org. Be sure to check those out when you have time. And a couple of upcoming web series that are of note, notable for hospitality professionals. There's the Hotel Digital Marketing Essentials program, and I believe it's a 6-week program, and it starts the next series starts on February the 1st. It will teach you valuable skills like how to apply digital marketing knowledge to grow revenue, solving digital marketing opportunities, and a lot more other skills. And it will be a good prep for the Certified Hospitality Digital Marketer certification too. And then there's the Hotel Digital Sales Essentials, which starts on February 15th. And again, I believe runs about 6 weeks. And that is for sales essentials. So I encourage you to visit hsmei.org to check out those resources and maybe sign up for those programs. They're fantastic. Our new members that I'd like to take a moment to welcome are Danielle DeRus. She's Director of Sales over at Tambourine. I think she's on the call today. Cara Federici. She's CEO of the Madison Melli Agency. I hope I pronounced that right. Carlos Orellana. He's HR Director at Brentwood Country Club. Miranda Valdez, who's Hospitality Operations Manager and a graduate student at USC. And Vaughn Davis, our newest member, who is General Manager at the Dream Hotel in Hollywood. Welcome, new members. Today's speaker is Viveka von Rosen. She's not only a LinkedIn expert and author, but she's an amazing lady. Her company is Vengresso, and she's going to take us on a wild ride through LinkedIn and how to build real relationships on LinkedIn. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Viveka von Rosen. Go ahead, Viveka, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the PowerPoint. There we go. All right, let me see if you can see, or let me know in chat if you can see my screen, how to create real relationships on LinkedIn. Should be good to go. Give me a thumbs up or, all right. Awesome. So I was just seeing that you've got these other education programs, which is great. And I love the fact that I don't think there's going to be too much overlap. So I think what you learn about today, you'll be able to apply to those other programs that Mitch was just talking about. So you don't have to be like, oh, I don't have to take those courses. I don't have to do that education now because I've done this one. No, they're all going to work, I believe, really, really well together. So thank you for letting me be here and speak with you today. Please feel free to pop any questions that you have in chat. Like Mitch said, he's going to keep an eye on that. And as he said, I'm going to be asking you questions. So if you see me looking over here, I'm not like looking out the window or anything, even though I am in beautiful La Jolla right now. I'm going to be looking at, at my chat box over on the right-hand side. Okay, so first question, and let me get that out of the way. There we go. First question for everybody. What is the hardest part of your sales cycle? What is the hardest part of your sales cycle? Is it getting to that first conversation? Is it number 2, qualifying the opportunity? Is it number 3, presenting the solution? Or is it number 4, closing the deal? Let me know in chat, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you can write it down. What is the hardest part of your sales cycle? Can you all hear me okay? Okay, it looks like, yep, number one. Yep, number 1, it's getting that first conversation, right? You are not alone. We run this poll all the time. And same with our audience as well. It's getting that first conversation, that prospecting is always the hardest thing to do. And so what I want to cover today are some tools and some strategies that you can implement to make that first conversation a lot easier. Okay, we have a couple twos popping in, and that makes sense too. Most of you are 1, a couple of you are 2s. So getting to that first conversation generally is the hardest thing to do. You're not alone. And then, qualifying the opportunity. We could talk about that too today. We didn't have any presenting, and y'all are closers. I love it. Sounds like everyone's a closer. Once you can get them on the phone, once you can get them on a Zoom, once you can get them into the meeting, you can close them. I love it. All right. So couple facts to know about. Companies with consistent social selling processes are 40% more likely to hit revenue goals than non-social sellers. This is according to LinkedIn. Let me know in chat. You can let me know privately. You can let me know, respond to everybody, either speaking for yourself or if you have a team. How socially savvy do you think you are? Like spot on, we got this, or we could use some help, or social what? Let me know in chat. Like, we got this. Yeah, we could use a little help, or I don't even know where to start. All right, we got a couple spot ons. I love it. You can be honest. Let me know where you or your team is when it comes to social selling. As I'm waiting, okay, a couple of you are good. A couple of you need a little improvement. I love it. And I love how interactive this group is. That's awesome. The other fact that came up from LinkedIn, 90% of decision makers don't answer cold calls, but 75% of B2B buyers use social media to make those purchasing decisions. So it's really important for us to get our companies, for us to get ourselves out there. Of course, for most of us, especially for the B2B crowd, LinkedIn is where you want to be. Of course, much of what I share with you today, if you're better on Insta, if you're better on Clubhouse, if you're better on Facebook, or even TikTok, a lot of what I share with you today, you're going to be able to apply to those different platforms as well. Another quick question. How many of you love cold calling? There's always one. How many of you love cold calling? Or you may not love it, but you're really good at it. Let me know in chat. Love it, really good at it. Oh my God, I hate it so much. So a little information about me. Before I became the LinkedIn expert, that's literally my handle. Before I became the LinkedIn expert, I, years and years and years ago in another lifetime, sold cars. Yes, I did. And one of the things that I hated was the Monday morning, and I would get a stack. And this is how long ago it was the printouts with the dot matrix. Remember, you had those the little dots on the side of the paper there, and it was fanned accordion style, and I would get that stack of people to call and try and sell them a car. So when I discovered LinkedIn years later, I was like, oh my gosh, I never have to cold call again. Now, cold calling is an art. So for those of you who are good at it, you don't have to get rid of it. And in fact, what I'm going to share with you today, our PVC methodology, might even help your closing rate a little bit more. And for those of you who hate cold calling, we're going to show you other ways of using PVC, and I'll explain what PVC is. It is not pipe. I'll show you other ways of using PVC via social, texting, emails, etc., in order to find, connect, engage, and hopefully close those prospects of yours. All right, so the agenda. We're going to talk about how to find the right prospects on LinkedIn. So I want you to do something for me today. If you've got two monitors, go ahead and open up LinkedIn on another monitor, or you can alt tab between the two monitors, right? So I can alt tab between my, here we go, between my website and the PowerPoint here. So either way, either alt tab or open up LinkedIn on another monitor. And if you have Chrome, open it up in Chrome. One of the tools I'm going to share with you today is a Chrome extension. So if you've got Chrome, go ahead and open it up in Chrome. So we're gonna go live. I'm gonna have you guys do some work. It's not just listening to me for the next hour or 45 minutes. I'm gonna have you do some work. So go ahead and open up LinkedIn. And if you've got Chrome, even better. So we're going to talk about finding the right prospects on LinkedIn. Then we're going to talk about the PVC methodology for better engagement. Then I'm going to share with you our tool, Fly Message, which will help you type less and sell more. And then it's Ask Me Anything. And you can ask me questions about what I covered today, or quite frankly, you can ask me any question you ever had about LinkedIn. I have written 3 books on it, so I'll try and answer those questions for you too. It's the Wild West when it comes to LinkedIn and the AMA today. All right, so let's talk about why so many people answered 1 on the first poll. And it's not really your fault, and it's not really your sales team's fault. But let's face it, the way we were taught to sell in the 90s and 2000 and 2010, right? It's so 2000 and late. It's not effective prospecting in 2022, especially in the midst of a pandemic. I can't believe we're still having a pandemic. So we were taught things, sorry, let me back up. Our buyers now, whether we're talking corporate B2B buying committee or a B2C individual, they're digitally connected. So we need to make sure that we're engaging with them digitally, right? That goes without saying. They're socially engaged on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Clubhouse, on TikTok, on whatever the next thing is. They're socially engaged. We need to know where they are and engage with them there. Now, thankfully, my audience is very much B2B, and most B2B people use LinkedIn, and I'm guessing that is true for most of you, but let me know in chat if there's another social platform where your audiences hang out more, because maybe I can speak to that a little bit too. So I'm LinkedIn, but let me know in chat, where is your audience? Where are your prospects? Where are your buyers? Where are your clients? Where are your customers? Where are they hanging out socially? I mean, online socially, not the bar. Okay. They're mobile attached, right? The phone goes to the bathroom with us. The phone goes to bed with us. Like, 100%. We are always attached to our phones. That's kind of gross, but it's true. And video hungry. So we'll talk a little bit about video opportunities today. Not so much. That's a whole other presentation. I'll do that another time. But they are video hungry. So something to keep in mind is if you've got video, what's a great way of developing it? So it looks like we've got at the bar. See, I knew Mitch. I knew Mitch would say that. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, mostly LinkedIn and Facebook. Cool. So I will try to speak to all of those things. The nice thing is the PVC method works anywhere that you're online. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's take a look here at Bob. Bob is a seller. Bob works in hospitality. Bob's working with companies trying to bring in business. Hey, Bob, good to meet you, Bob. And Bob's, by the way, that's not actually what he looks like, but Bob is real in that this is an email that we got from Bob. We're going to call him Bob. All right. So here's an email that Bob sent us trying to sell us his product. And this, unfortunately, a lot of the times is what our buyers our sellers are doing as well. They've got an email template. They're sending it out. They might be using an automated system, and they're sending these really feature-rich emails out to our prospects, to our buyers. So here's some issues with Bob's email to us. This is literally came to Mario, our CEO. As you have been utilizing Salesforce, guess what? We don't use Salesforce. So a big issue with a lot of people who are prospecting is the information that you're getting is wrong. So I don't know what tool Bob used to find clients who and what CRMs we're supposed to be using, but the information was wrong. So you've got to make sure when you're reaching out to a prospect, to a customer, to a client, that the information you're using to start the conversation is actually right. All right. So utilizing Salesforce. No, we use HubSpot actually. At Vengresso, prospect better, sell more. I know, seeing this, that Bob he's automating the process, and he got our information off of LinkedIn, because at LinkedIn, our company is called Vengresso, prospect better, sell more. Our company is just Vengresso. So I know he's using some kind of automation tool. Now he's asking to partner with us on an on-demand, pay-as-you-use support system for our Salesforce. If he did any research on our company at all, he'd know we already have that in place. And then he's going in, exactly, delete. Now he just goes right into, let me sell you on our product. And then, can I call you sometime this or next week? All right, so it's very feature focused. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know what my needs are. He's not talking about my points of pain, and he's going right into, let me sell you something. And then he's putting it on me to set up the appointment. Bob, dude, you're doing this all wrong. And you're 100% right, Mitch. It's like cold calling. There goes our leaf blower again. Sorry. Of course it is. So the problem is the B2B seller who's using automation, who's very feature focused. I know no one on this call is very feature focused. Oh, you can't hear it? Okay. Phew. I know that the problem is the B2B seller who's utilizing all these tools, and he's reaching out the wrong way. So the problem is we grew up in the old way of selling, cold calling, which we talked about, email blasting, which you just saw. Networking events. There's nothing wrong with networking events, but we have so much more opportunity now virtually to find, connect, and engage with the right people. Asking for referrals. Love asking for referrals. Let me know in chat if referrals are a big part of your sales, but there's better ways of doing it. And so if we have a little time, I'll talk about our two-step referral method as well. The model has changed, the game has changed, but a lot of times the way people sell has not changed. The new way of selling, the modern way of selling, right? We're texting people, we're using social networks, we're using video, sales video. Digital referrals are key. Again, if we have time, I'll share a little bit about a really effective way of using digital referrals. The buyers coming to us a lot of times, right? Love inbound. Woohoo for inbound. I love it when a lead comes to me. And then it's great to do direct mail and gift marketing. I don't know if any of you do that as well, but there are ways of combining it with traditional and modern to get more effective outcomes. So let me know in chat. We're going to start getting into some actual hands-on work now. Let me know in chat, how active are you on LinkedIn? 1, not at all. 2, I jump in a few times a week. 3, I'm a daily user. 4, I live on LinkedIn. Live on LinkedIn. Looks like most of us are between, I jump on a few times a week, 2, I'm a daily user, 2, I live on LinkedIn. All right, cool. We have mostly daily users, jump on a few times a week. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, so let's talk about finding the right prospects on LinkedIn. Now, when we run you through our whole program, we've got a program called Modern Sales Mastery. When we run you through the program, we start with mindset. We make sure then that your brand is up to snuff. After that, we teach you the best ways of finding and engaging with your buyer. So we're going to cover that today. I'm skipping over the first 2. We show you the best ways of finding and engaging with your buyer. And that's what today's webinar is about. And then we show you how to feed them with content so that you're always top of mind. We love that TOMA, that top of mind awareness. And then we show you how to pull it all together in a cadence. But I thought I would get you some really effective strategies that you can utilize right away today. And also, it sounds like some of the additional training you have will cover all of that other stuff. So what I want you to do is open up LinkedIn. We're going to do this kind of together. Go ahead and open up LinkedIn. And one of the issues with LinkedIn is if you have a free account and you haven't been on LinkedIn for a long time, LinkedIn only allows you to see so many results. So let me know in chat, are you free or do you have a premium account on LinkedIn? And a premium account can be either Sales Navigator or even just the LinkedIn Premium. Free, premium, free. Premium, all right, mostly free, but we got a few premiums in there. So those of you with a premium account, you've got, and let me know with your premium account, are you using Sales Navigator or just premium LinkedIn? Like when you go to your premium account, is it a whole other look and feel? This is Sales Nav or just premium LinkedIn? Looks like Sales Nav. The great thing about Sales Nav, it's got all these additional filters. So if you're not a Sales Navigator user, if you're just using premium LinkedIn or free LinkedIn, consider Sales Nav because it really allows you to jump in and find good prospects and then keep an eye on them. That's the main reason I love Sales Navigator. I can keep an eye on my prospects. But for those of you, at least half of you have free LinkedIn, let me show you a ninja trick. The problem with LinkedIn, like I said, if you've got free LinkedIn, after, a couple weeks of using it every day, LinkedIn goes, looks like you're using LinkedIn for business. You're not allowed to do any more searches. It's like, of course I'm using LinkedIn for business. It's not like I'm going there for fun. So all of a sudden, my ability to prospect has been really limited. So I can either pay for Sales Navigator, which is cool, or I can use some of these ninja tricks. So I just wanted to show you this and make sure that everybody knows about it. So within LinkedIn search, you can just click on the search bar. So go ahead and open up LinkedIn if you haven't done so yet. And then just in the search bar, just go ahead and click within the search bar. So now LinkedIn's going to show you some people that you're connected with, some folks that you're connected with sharing content, some more people. There's just like a lot of stuff there. Then I want you to come over to people, because right now we're only going to be looking at people. There's ways of finding great prospects through schools they go to. There's ways of finding prospects according to the content that they're sharing. There's ways of finding prospect through companies that they're currently working at or used to work at. But right now, let's just go look at people. And then the next step, and this is key, click on all filters. When you click on all filters, suddenly you get all of these search results over here on the right, or search fields over here on the right-hand side. Now, once you've gotten that open, so just click inside the search bar anywhere, then click on people, then click on all filters. Now I want you to sort your filters by first and second level connections. The reason for that is first level connections, I can just send a message to. Second level connections, I can always reach out to through a mutual connection, through a group we might be a member of. I can ask for an introduction. So sort your connections by first and second level connections. Now that will get your search results to be much tighter than 792 million, right? That's a lot of people. It's going to go from 792 million in my case down to, I think it's like 29,000. For you guys, it might be 10,000 or 500 people, but it's really going to reduce the number of connections that you have. And that's fine, because remember, we're trying to tighten up and find the best products or prospects, not products. And then if you're US based, of course, you can continue to sort by location. You might be US based, or you might be, Hollywood, California based. You might be Hollywood, Florida based. So depending on if you've got a brick and mortar in one state or even one city, or you're limited by the US or you're all over the world, you want to continue to sort by location. You can sort by company. This is great for account-based type engagement, account-based sales, account-based marketing. We're going to skip past that because it's kind of self-evident right now. Same thing if you want to search by school, maybe throw in your schools, see if you know any alumni. That's a great hack. We're not going to do it right now. Industry. This is going to be a little bit more relevant for you, right? So we can definitely put in hospitality or whatever your particular industry happens to be. I'm guessing in most cases it's hospitality, but maybe you've got a different type of vertical that you sell to. So definitely you can pop in that industry. And then we're going to come down here to title. So let me know in chat. What are some titles of buyers that you work with? So again, if you want to do the training later, one of the focuses is on buyer personas, which is great. But just thinking, top of your head, who are some buyers? What's the title? General Manager, Director of Marketing. Perfect. So I'm going to pop that in my title. Now I'm going to put quotations around Director of Marketing because I want to keep those words together. I can also use plus signs, but quotations are easier. Okay, you're going to have to tell me. Oh, DOM is Director of Marketing. Okay. And DOSM, is that Director of Social Media? And GM.
Sales and marketing.
Okay.
Sales and marketing.
Director of Social. Okay. Okay, cool. GM. Okay, cool. So I've got GM in there. I don't actually need quotes for that. But because someone might call themselves a general manager, I'm going to write that down too. You got to remember, LinkedIn just ain't that smart. So I got GM or general manager. What else do we have in here? Oh, director of sales and marketing. Cool. Oh, meeting planner. Great. And I got to make sure I spell it correctly or I'm going to get wrong results. So now I've got my buyers, right? I got meeting planners. I got general managers or GMs. I've got directors of marketing, people in hospitality. So I'm going from now 792 million people. And here's the thing about LinkedIn. If you think you can help everyone, you can't help anyone, right? If you can help anyone who needs to go on vacation, it's going to be really hard to find those individuals. But if you know that you're going to be working with directors of marketing and hospitality, you know you're going to be working with GMs, you know you're going to be working with directors of sales and marketing, now you've got a better chance of reaching the right person. Of course, if you're using Sales Navigator, you get these fields and more. But for those of us with free LinkedIn, which is at least half the folks, now I'm going to go from, okay, that I knew LinkedIn was going to do that to me. Now we're going from, let's try this again. Please have remembered what I just said. Ugh. All right, first, second, let's see, is United States. And for those of you who played around along with me, let me know if you got results and what your results are. Yours are going to be different than mine, obviously, because our networks are different. So general manager or GM or director of sales. Let's just do that for now. Show results. Seriously, anybody else getting results? Event managers are good too. Thank you, Rita. I might have Rita share her screen. I do not know what's going on with my LinkedIn right now. It just really doesn't like me. Same issue. Matthew's having the same issue. It goes with it's without fail, right? When you're going live. So Rita got, and it looks like Jose, you got the same thing. All right, looks like LinkedIn's having some issues right now. I know I've got people in the hospitality industry, so let's just try that one more time. Oh, got to learn how to spell hospitality. I might have Rita share her screen. All right, let's just do one event planner, see what happens, or GM. Let's try that. There we go. All right. Third time's a charm, right? Okay, so now I've got from almost 800 million people, which is way too big. And how am I going to prospect 800 million people? Now I'm down to 77 results. And now I have a much better opportunity of engaging with these individuals because they're actually more relevant prospects for me, but also it's a manageable number. Now, the cool thing about Sales Navigator, I can bring this search into Sales Navigator. I can save all of these people to a list. I can keep an eye on them. But for those of us who use free LinkedIn, the more refined your search is, and the more refined your search is, the more relevant your results, the more often you can do these searches, and that will allow you to find at least the right kind of buyer. So let me show you another thing. Once I have my right buyer, I can very easily, of course, click in through to their profile. So let's go check out Lori. And now I'm going to do what I call a 3x3. So I'm going to find 3 things about Lori that I can use to engage with her, right? It's all about qualifying my lead. 3 things that I can use to engage with her in under 3 minutes. This is not about automation. It's about quality, not quantity, but we're looking at about 3 minutes per person. So first of all, we have 6 mutual connections. Excellent. I'm probably going to use that to get an introduction. I can absolutely get an introduction to Lori through one of my 6 mutual connections. We share a group together. This is usually my last option because I will tell you, and I bet if you guys jumped into my network right now too, I get a lot of people inviting me to connect. They don't really know me. They're like, oh yeah, we share a group together. We don't know each other, but we worked in the same company. There's not a lot in there for me. There's not a lot of reason for me to engage or connect with that person. But if someone reached out to me and said, hey, I noticed that you're a friend of Mike Weinberg, and we also belong to this group together, would love to connect because I'd love to find out more about LinkedIn. Now I'm a lot more likely to accept that invitation. One of the reasons that people don't accept your invitations to connect is you don't customize it. And then for the people who do customize it, it's not enough of a reason for me to connect. I'm so glad, Marie, that you like to connect with new people. I myself am super busy and don't have time to connect with new people all the time. Give me a reason why I would want to connect with you, right? Hi, Mahai. I'm so glad that you came across my profile and that you want to connect with experts and learn about our challenges. All right, so that's nice. But what's in it for me? Well, he's developed an automated touch testing and validation robotic product. Why is that interesting to me? I mean, at least he looked at my profile. Maybe I think he's probably automated. And he's trying to start a conversation, but it's not, he's missing the mark a little bit. So one of the reasons people don't accept your invitation to connect is because A, you're not customizing the invitation, or B, even when you do, there's not enough there. These two are good. Yes, you listen to my podcast with Wendy. Yes, Mike Weinberg talked about me in the training. Okay, I might be willing to connect with you. So it's all about finding those individuals, finding something on their profile, and then making it relevant to them. So now I know that Lori is, she's the conference and event planner at Estrella Management. Maybe I have something that is relevant to her as a conference and event planner. Maybe I have a piece of software that's going to make her life easier. Maybe I have a product or a service that's going to take her to the next level. But I need to identify who she is, and I need to lay eyes on her in order to do that. I am not a fan of automation on LinkedIn because A, they almost always get it wrong, and B, they almost always get it wrong. No, B, LinkedIn's anti-automation. If they find out you're using an automation tool, they'll lock your profile down. So we definitely don't want that to happen. Let me show you one more thing, because I realize we're already 40 minutes into the presentation. Let me show you one more cool thing in search that you may or may not have known about. And for a long time, free LinkedIn was the only way of getting to this, but Sales Navigator finally introduced it in Sales Nav 2. So we go to people and we go to all filters and then come down here to add a connection. Mitch, I can't remember if we're connected yet or not. We should be, but if we're not, let's see. So if I know someone's super connected, okay, we're not connected yet. So Mitch, we need to connect, but I can't use this as an example. So let's just pretend that Mitch and I were connected. And I know that Mitch is super connected, obviously, in the hospitality world. And I want to see who he knows, right? So I'm just for giggles, I'm going to pretend that Mitch's last name is actually my buddy here, Mitch Joel. I can come in here and sort by people that my friend Mitch knows who happen to be in hospitality, right? So I now know that Mitch is super active within the hospitality world. I can come in and see if he's, who he knows, who's in hospitality, who might happen to be a GM, a director of marketing, etc. And now, oh, come on, LinkedIn hates me today. And now, because I know Mitch knows people in the hospitality world, but whatever. Now, because I know these individuals are connected to Mitch, I can go through, I can further sort by, location, industry, title, etc. And now I can go, okay, let's see, Rachel, let's just pretend she's a perfect lead for me. I can go to her profile, I can check her out. But now I know that Mitch knows her. So I can pick up the phone and say, hey, Mitch, I noticed that you're connected to Rachel Happy. I can email him on LinkedIn. Hey, I noticed you're connected with Rachel Happy, or however we say her last name. I can text him, right? But now I know that Mitch knows this woman, and I can ask for that introduction. So that connections of tool is really powerful. So if you happen to know someone who's really connected in your industry, the industry that you're targeting, hospitality, see who they're connected to by using people, all filters, popping their names in connections of, and then using the rest of these filters. And now you can do that in Sales Navigator too. And you can even save those leads as a list, like, my Mitch Joel connections or my Mitch Woolley connections. So that is a really nice little hack for those introductions. So the connections of tool and the additional filters will really help you find those individuals. So now what? You find the individual, and now what? How are you actually going to get them to engage with you? So here's our PVC, and it stands for personalize, add value, and don't forget that call to action. So let's break this down a little bit more. The one reason that automation stuff doesn't work is because they're usually getting the fields wrong. They're pretending to personalize. Let me know in chat, how many times have you sent an invite, or have you received an email or a LinkedIn invitation that says, dear sir, and you're a ma'am, dear name, like literally it says name. How many of us have ever received a dear name every single day, right, Sandra? No, that's why we don't want to automate. That's why we want to talk quality over quantity. Yes, it takes more time, but the quality of the people that you'll be engaging with is more important. So you can either personalize to an individual, dear Levon, dear Jose, dear Sandra, or a buyer persona. And that's dear sales leader, dear sales manager, dear director of marketing and sales. Now, I'm not going to say dear director of marketing and sales, but I know that my directors of marketing and sales have a particular point of pain, and that's going to take me to step 2. So I might say something like, hey, Levon, in working with people and working with other directors of marketing and sales, one of the things that I found that is a common challenge is finding the right leads at the right time and finding a way to engage with those leads. So I am speaking to either my buyer or my buyer persona's point of pain, finding those leads, right? I'm going to tell them that I understand their point of pain. And then I'm going to tell them that I have a way of addressing it. And then I'm going to give them something, not actually my product or service. I'm going to give them something of value. It might be a white paper. It might be a checklist. It might be a case study. It might be a piece of software. It might be a book. It might be a video. I'm going to give them something that speaks to their point of pain. I'm not trying to sell them anything yet, right? I am earning the right to have a conversation. People, I think if we looked at our inboxes, that's what that poll was, the one I just skipped. I think if we looked at our inboxes right now and you came over here and you looked at all of your invites, 90% of them are either not customized to, at least Laurent got my name right. He's not calling me dear sir. I've gotten that before, by the way. I mean, I I know Vivek is a very popular Indian name, but I don't think I look like a dude. But anyway, automation. Most of these people have not personalized the invitation to me, and almost none of them have identified my pain. First of all, no one knows what chief visibility officer does anyway, but most of them are not identifying my point of pain and how they can help me. So that's where that personalization comes in. And that's where starting that conversation, you've got a lot better chance of someone starting a conversation with you if you just state their point of pain, how you can help them, and then share something of value with them. That's not a product or a service that you sell. That comes later after you've earned the right. And then the call to action. And again, the call to action is not, hey, let's meet, unless they reached out to you, right? So if Mitch came to me and said, hey, I noticed you're a LinkedIn expert, would love to have you come speak to my group, I'll be like, sure, no problem. Here's a link to my calendar. Let's meet. That's fine. Mitch came to me. Or, you know, maybe I see Levon invites me to connect and I might follow up with, hey, let's meet. Let me answer any questions you might have. But if it's cold email, if it's cold message on LinkedIn, I have not earned the right yet to ask for the meeting. You don't know me. I don't know you. Why am I going to waste my extremely precious time? You know, on some poll somewhere, I'm totally making this up, but I bet it's true. On some poll somewhere, the most important, oops, I just answered my phone on my watch by accident. On some poll somewhere, the most important thing we have in our lives right now is time. That's the thing that's most important and the thing we're least willing to give up, maybe our children. But it's not money. It's not, you know, it's not anything else. It's time. Why would I gift you 15 minutes of my time if I didn't know who you were? So you've got to earn that right. So the CTA, the correct CTA would be something like, hey, check out this article. Let me know what you think about it. Hey, check out this webinar. Let me know what you think about it. You are asking for time to listen to the webinar, but you know, hey, check out this testimonial, but you're not asking them for the meeting yet. That comes the second, the third interaction that you have. So what it looks like, this is kind of the anatomy of a PVC. Let me know in chat. What's PVC stand for again? I forget. What does PVC stand for? Personalized value, add value, call to action. Awesome, Thomas. Awesome, Matthew. You got it, Danielle. You got it. Awesome. Cool. You're listening, right? So PVC, here's the anatomy of a PVC message. Don't worry, you don't have to write it down because I'm going to give you a really cool tool. You can use this on Facebook in a Facebook private message. You can use this on LinkedIn in a LinkedIn private message. You can use this in an email. You can use this in a DM. You can use this in a text. You can use this in a video message. You can even use this in voicemails, right? Hey, Mitch, sorry you're not there right now. Saw your profile on LinkedIn the other day. It was really awesome. I wanted to share some information with you. I'm going to email you that. It's all about how to use LinkedIn to find better prospects. Hope you'll check it out. And please feel free to give me a call back if you've got any questions. Here's my phone number. Right? So that's PVC even in a voicemail. So for those of you who rock it cold calling, boom, there you go. You got a good voicemail now. So it's address the individual, address their function. If you're addressing a buyer persona, address their function, address the issue that people like them probably have, problem one, problem two, share, attach, send the links of one or two useful, helpful pieces of content, which isn't a sales pitch. It's a blog post, it's a video, it's a podcast, it's a white paper, it's a case study, it's a whatever. Go to your website. You probably have a bunch of stuff there that you can share. And then ask them what they think about it. Now, the second time you reach out to them, then you can ask for the meeting. But the first time, just say, hey, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you're available. Let me know if I can answer any questions for you. Not let me know when you're available so I can try and close you and you don't even know me. So this is the anatomy of a PVC of a PVC piece of content. Now, somewhere in here, I actually have the link so you don't have to write all this down. Let me pop that into chat for you right now. There is a playbook I'm giving you for free. It's actually a workbook now. Let me pop that into chat for everybody. Go ahead and open it, bookmark it, but don't read it because we still have like 15, 20 minutes or 10 minutes. We still have 10 minutes of content to go through. So make sure to check out that, that piece of content. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is a tool called Fly Message. flymessage.io. I'm going to pop that into chat too. This is the Chrome extension I was talking about. And what Fly Message is, it's a text expander on steroids. Let me know in chat who's used text expanders before. Basically, you type in a couple little words, letters, and a whole letter populates. Okay, Sandra, you're already using it and loving it. I love it. So Fly Message, it's an auto text expander, but it's on steroids. I'm going to show you what it looks like. There we go. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is a Chrome extension. I just popped it into chat. It is AI based. You got it. I just popped it into chat. This is what it looks like once you have it. It is a Chrome extension. It's not software you have to download. This is why I said you need to be on Chrome. And if you go there, Fly Message, let me see. I've got all of these popped open for you. There we go. Nope, that's my book. I'll give you that too. There it is. It's going to look like this, and then you're going to be able to add it to Chrome right from there. It is an auto text expander on steroids. Let me show you some cool stuff about it. So once you've downloaded it, it's going to take you to, this is the home page. It's got like lots of little videos on how to use it, all free, all included. But it comes with its own templates. We call them fly plates. Of course we do. It's all fly. It's all about being fly. And in these fly plates, you're going to see the messages that I just shared with you, right? We already have them built into the platform. So that's why I said you didn't have to write anything down. It's already in there. And now you can add it to as a fly cut, right? This is the template, the fly plate. You can add it as a fly cut and customize it however you want. You can create a template for each and every buyer persona you have. And then instead of like, okay, I've got these saved in a Word document somewhere, and then I have to go to the Word document, and then I have to customize it in the Word document, and then I have to go back into wherever I am online, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or email, and then I have to copy and paste it in, and the copy and paste didn't work this time, and I could have just typed it out in that time. But with Fly Message, I just have to remember, okay, if I'm reaching out to someone who's viewed my profile, right? They viewed my profile. I got a whole fly cut around that. All I have to do is type in -CR viewed. And then there it is. Now I'm going to customize it with the prospect's first name, the person who viewed my profile. I'll have my own name in there already, but that's all I have to do. So, and the nice thing about Fly Message is you can create your own categories. One of the problems with some of the text expanders out there is you've got 289 messages and shortcuts and short codes, but you got 289 of them. I don't remember. What was it called? I don't remember. The nice thing about Fly Message, we put them into different, oh, this is free, by the way. This is free. It's free for you. I can create my own categories. I got general categories. I got LinkedIn. This is one I use all the time, right? LinkedIn replies. Whether you are, let's look at some of these. You viewed my profile. Great. There's my viewed my profile. I want to share my book with you. Great. There it is. I want to share my book with you, but I don't want to connect because I am at my 30,000 limit. Great. I got one for that. I want to share my LinkedIn learning course. I want to, you saw me speak at Content Marketing World or Inbound. Great. I got a message for that, right? You've bought something from or downloaded something from our website. I want to reply to you. You attended one of my sessions. You're one of our Fly Message clients. You're one of our LinkedIn Profile Makeover Fly Message clients. You see what I'm saying? I got them all here. I don't have to look through 268 different Fly messages in order to find the right short code. They're all there. I get to customize them 100% however I want. And by the way, this is another huge differentiator between Fly Message and most of the other text expanders out there. I can bold, I can add hyperlinks, I can add emojis, I can add pictures. I can customize with rich text formatting. And depending on where I'm sharing it, like on LinkedIn, I can hyperlink all I want. It's not going to cross over. But depending on where I'm sharing it, it comes with it. That formatting comes with it. And so this is very, very powerful for you all to create these for yourself individually or for your team, right? If you've got a team, you can absolutely create these messages, share them, share Fly Message with them, share the messages and the short codes with them. They're going to have to download them unless you want to pay us, and then it's something else. But for free, you just write your sales messages, write your scripts, send it to your sales team, send them Fly Message. They copy and paste it in there, and they're armed. They're armed for success using what we just talked about, that PVC methodology. So we are at time. Let me share with you a couple more things. I know a lot of you have to jump off. If you don't have to jump off though, I'm happy because I ran over. We started a little late, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Let me pop my book. I want to give you that for free too. This is a PDF of my book. So now you should have 100 ways, my book, 101 Ways to Rock LinkedIn. You've got Fly Message and you've got our PVC methodology. So you've got 3 very useful tools that, that I'm giving you for free. Did you notice how I used PVC with you, right? I personalized it, talking to you individually, calling you out today. I'm adding lots and lots of value. And then my call to action is simply, please download and read 1 or 2 of those things, or please access Fly Message, and make sure you do it though, right? Make sure you take action today. There's something called the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. If you don't take action actually within the next 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to forget a lot of what I taught you today. And then and then you just wasted an hour of your life. But if you take action, if you download Fly Message, you download PVC, you read through at some point today, you're more likely to retain and put this into action. Okay, I know we're at time. I'm happy to stay on and take questions. I know I ran over. Mitch, is that okay if we stay on for a couple more minutes?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you guys, again, if you have to drop off, go ahead and feel free to do that.
Yeah.
But if you want to ask questions, you need to take advantage of this unique opportunity. Ask away.
And you can ask me anything about LinkedIn, anything. Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew. Sounds very French, Matthew.
So Viveka, I wanted to clarify something. So you mentioned, and I've always been suspicious of this, but I have a number of friends, business colleagues who use marketing automation and things like that within LinkedIn. And I've told them, be careful, but I didn't know the actual rules, but it does violate their terms of service, does it not?
100%. Yeah. And so, a lot of people will ask us, is Fly Message automation? It's not, because remember, you have to look at the individual emails The only automated part is remembering the short code and then it, but yeah, but if you're using some of the tools, the fully automated tools out there, that they're scraping names, they're scraping email addresses, they're scraping companies, and then they're sending messages, looking at profiles, inviting people, and it's fully automated. LinkedIn has algorithms or whatever they're called in place, and they track that, and they will 100% either shut down your account entirely or restrict it. And the reason we know that is because we're very active on LinkedIn, and sometimes we tell our salespeople like no more than 20 to 50 messages a day. We do not automate, but they're on it. They're active. They're reaching out. They're right. They're using our methodology, and sometimes LinkedIn will be like, we think you're automating, because they're too active. They're too quick. So you got to be very, very careful. But yeah, I would not use any automation tool.
So they're actually, your salespeople are actually doing one-off. They're basically generating that message with a short code. They're copying it, pasting it in the box, and clicking send.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
But it allows them to do it quickly. So LinkedIn's like, So even using our awesome tool, don't go too quickly.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh yeah, we own, by the way, Fly Message is ours. We developed it. So we're allowed to give it away to you for free.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Are there any other questions before we close this out? If you got a question, come off mute. You're welcome to do it visually and verbally. You don't have to stay in the chat box. Anybody? All right. Speaking
Thank you, Marissa. Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone,
Rita.
for joining us today. And most importantly, thank you, Viveka, for sharing your knowledge about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a strange beast for a lot. Me personally, I'm only on it a couple times a week, and I read a lot of news and things like that, read people's profiles and things, but I'm not actively engaging on it like I should. And thank you for sharing these tools. This is a big help.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And please feel free to reach out to me. Just let me know that you were on this webinar. Of course, I'll connect with you.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye-bye.
This concludes our presentation for the day. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye.